Maybe next year.
It's gotta be a good sign this close to the hotel. Probably should get the spine scope up, huh?
Probably should. That one looked like it was bigger bodied, but...
Okay, boss. Okay, boss.
Alright, November 26, 2021. And we're out in the Badlands of North Dakota. Nick and I are making our first of 2 trips for the late season. He was out here earlier in September. And we're kind of back in a spot where they spent a lot of time. Rifle season just got over this last weekend, so there's been quite a bit of hunting pressure, I'm guessing, around these parts. So we're sitting on this glassing knob. Before you could really even see, glassed up a pretty nice buck on the horizon. Unfortunately, it was going away from us, we now know, so we're gonna stick around here for a while. Probably go over to where he went, try and glass him up, and then if nothing pops up or nothing shows, we'll go over to the west a little bit and go maybe for a little walk and then glass for a while. So today's gonna be pretty slow moving. A lot of glassing. Standards are super high, but you know, we're looking for a 4x4s, or I'm looking for a 4x4. I got the bow for the first opportunities because Nick was lucky enough to fill his rifle tag on a buck we call Skinny, back at the deer hunting land up north there. So we're out west, gonna roam the Badlands for a couple days here and hopefully get one on the ground so that next time Nick can have a full trip. So stay tuned, see what happens.
To try to focus it on here, if you focus it with your eye first. The magpie just flew by him.
Alright, still the first day. Nick and I just went back to the pickups, grabbed some gear for the kind of the walk we're gonna go on basically. We spotted that nicer buck. We couldn't tell how big he was, but he had a good frame on him, go over the horizon on us earlier this morning. So there's a canyon over there. We're gonna go check it out, see if we can find him. If we can't, we're just gonna make a big loop and hopefully find something to maybe go after a couple stalks on this afternoon. Cameramans.
Let's go.
We've made it to the canyon that big frame mule deer went into. We went up the canyon a ways from where we think he went in, just so he could kind of work down, take it slow, and get the wind in our favor. So as we got up here, we sat down and glassed for a while, and right next to the river here, we spotted a pretty nice whitetail buck. I think he's 4x4, might be 5x4. He's got the start of a 5th on his right that we can tell. He's laying down here with a doe, so we're not essentially going after him, but our plan right now is we got to cross the canyon anyway. So we're gonna go down there, and then if he's still down there, we might try some grunts to see if we can get him to come over to us.
this whitetail is he's actually on the private right now. If he crosses the river, he's on the public. So what I'm doing, I'm about 40 yards back from Jalen. He's tucking himself up against a slope, and I'm gonna be kind of sending him signals if he's coming across or not as he grunts. The wind is almost right at him, so he might feel comfortable coming in, but he also might wind us if he just moves a little bit, so, or if the wind swirls. So give it a good old-fashioned college try though and see if something can happen. What do you think happened there?
Guessing he smelled us, but he wasn't sure. Because he kind of, like when I saw him, he was a little wary. And he could have heard us too and was like, I'm going to get out of here. But, because when he stood up, it was like, I don't like this. It wasn't like, I know what's coming.
Yeah, I wasn't in position yet, so I didn't see him stand up. So that's when you look back at me and I was like, I don't see him anymore.
I watched him run. He got up first. The doe had no idea.
Okay.
He got up, started trotting away. Doe was like, oh, okay, we're leaving.
When I took a last peek at him, he did have his nose in there. Not like straight up, but you could tell he was like, you know, like
trying to smell.
I think I got a whiff of something.
Yeah.
So what do you think the plan is now?
Almost lunchtime, huh? No. Maybe slowly work our way up. Maybe if we find a good glassing spot up
Time
here.
for lunch, yeah. Just slowly work our way up this ravine, huh?
Yeah, see if we can find that bedded one.
Tons of tracks. There's more tracks than I've seen all year out here.
I'm guessing part of it's because of the river, you know, coming down to get a drink.
And I think we're a ways away from roads, so the hunting pressure of rifle, first weekend after rifle, I think, you know. Well, we just saw our first deer in the canyon. Just came around the edge and saw a little buck just working over a tree. So
All right, Nick, we're at our lunch spot. You've already dug in. Thanks for waiting.
Yeah, I know. One bite. Everybody knows the rules. Turkey is excellent. The presentation is excellent. Flavor, just everything's there. It's 10 out of 10. And I'm not just saying that because Jalen's mom was nice enough to make these for us. Definitely does not skew the rating at all.
We had, Thanksgiving was yesterday, so figured what better to have than some leftover turkey sandwiches while we're out hunting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
10 out of 10. First 10 ever.
We better write that down.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have some lunch and hopefully glass up a shooter buck, but the way it's been going, we should probably just go back and whitetail hunt.
Well, I don't know how good the audio is going to be because it's getting really windy. We're up on a hilltop. Anyway, getting to an area that we feel is pretty bucky, is what we call it. A little less trees.
You call it.
That's what I call it. Jalen started calling it to make fun of me, I think. But it's looking bucky. It's looking good. A little less trees, a little more benches for him to feed on. We got a fork here that's been 150, 200 yards away from us across the canyon. Got another doe. Seen a lot of lone deer, which is kind of weird, we feel like. But we're going to continue up here and into this bucky area. And hopefully that buck this morning will be here. Or we finally just run into a, 4x4. We've been running into our share of forks and spikes. Jalen said the next one he's ready to shoot. But keep on keeping on. Can turn into a great day like that.
It looks like it's in a bad spot.
Oh, you gotta. Jalen, tell us what just happened.
We haven't found a buck. We found a sign of a buck. We got our first shed of the trip. Nick said over under 2.5, right?
Yeah.
I chose the under, he chose the over. I almost just let this one slip because there's no way he would have saw it from where he's at.
He forgets I got eyes on the back of my head.
I mean, this is the kind of buck we're looking for.
Yeah. Oh, we got a big dollar bill on this bet, by the way.
Please don't have the match set down here.
It's not as old as I thought it was. Or is it pretty old?
It's a couple years.
Oh, yeah.
Still got some color to it, though. Probably because it's in the mud.
Yeah. gonna stay here till just about dark and start the walk back to the bikes.
Yeah, like I'm not saying let's go after him tonight. I'm saying like Chris's Hill's not a terrible idea.
Well, we're closing up day one here out in the Badlands. Eventful but uneventful is how I'd describe that day.
Xed off a lot of area.
That's true.
And we have a plan for tomorrow.
Yeah, so we started out going to a spot that sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. Usually we see some bucks in, and just so happened that we saw a pretty nice deer go over the horizon on us, so chased after it for a while, most of the day, and then came to another spot where we usually see a lot of deer later in the year like this, but just haven't really turned up anything.
One fork.
And there's a couple does bedded close that we kicked up kind of on our way through, but from our vantage point we can see I don't know how far away that is, a long ways. I bet you if you just stretched out about how far we walked we could get there. But you can see a long ways, and there's quite a few deer that come up to this field to feed at night, and we can see that they're starting to fill up. So we are going to plan to go there tomorrow. So we're kind of packing up our stuff, and we're gonna slowly work our way back to the pickup and go eat some food 'cause we're both hungry. So yeah, tomorrow we'll be at a spot we call Chris's Hill. If you know, you know. But hopefully tomorrow brings us a little better luck.